Okay, we have another episode here of Watch and Shoes. The watch is the Invicta Man of War automatic with the African meteorite face on the dial, chrono, and a carbon body on the watch. See-through case backing. The shoe is Bugatchi. Again, the second Bugatchi shoe I think I've shown on this watch and shoe episode. Leather interior. I wore the heck out of this shoe this fall and beyond, right up until winter. Pretty much every day of fall I wore this shoe. It was a new favorite. I took out the insole. It's actually a 12 and a half. Fits perfect without the insole. I put the leather laces in, white leather laces. And the rest is up to Bugatchi. We have standard bottom black rubber, foam midsole, and then premium to the touch, supple to the touch, supple leather, supple suede. Check out the double stitching going on to ensure your shoe lasts beyond you. Maybe something you can hand down to your child. Extremely well stitched as well. It's not just double stitching, but check out the distance between the two stitches while still managing not to rip the leather. And I mean very soft, as you can see all the wrinkles in there when you look up close. Very soft leather. And manage not to rip it. Because if you were to look as close as possible at that, it's almost like a cut, because the stitch going in, coming out, and stitching again, they're so close together. That's two holes extremely close together, but it manages not to rip the leather. And then you go right beside it, 2 millimeters away, and do it again, and still manage not to rip the leather. So, I mean, that's like beyond waterproof sealing going on right there. Just extraordinary level of quality. I went into a Foot Locker, and a teenager working at Foot Locker stopped me about this shoe and wanted to know more about it. I think this may be that shoe for that teenager working in Foot Locker that I had with that Adidas that I've already did a video on. The Adidas Vespa. I think this shoe, because we talked for at least an hour, and he had several customers, had to get help by other people. I mean, he was just completely taken away by this shoe, which I was happy. We even started talking about business and how does a person come to buy shoes like this, where I shop, how much the shoe costs. I mean, it really seemed like this shoe was doing the same thing that that Adidas Vespa collaboration did for me. It's like you look at something and you realize I can do more. And the Adidas shoe did that for me. I said, okay, I haven't been getting the big picture with respect to shoes after seeing that Adidas Vespa collaboration. And I think that's what this shoe did for him. I had no problem. I had plenty of time on my hands. So I had no problem sitting there until he had all the information he thought he needed to do whatever he wanted to do in life. But it started with asking me, what in the world is this shoe? You won't find this in a shopping mall. You won't find this in any of your Foot Lockers, or not to pick on Foot Locker, Finish Line, any of the chain shoe stores, because there's like a quality cutoff in those stores. Once you get to a certain quality, they're not going to sell it to their clientele, which is it. If you look at it however you want to, you can go in there and spend $230 on a shoe, but it won't be a high quality shoe. It'll be $230 because it has the reputation, and for no other reason. You compare that shoe which I could do right now. I just got a pair of shoes out of one of those stores. To this shoe or any other, shoe that goes beyond their level of quality, and you're spending the same money, but one is going to last you a season, the other one will last you nearly the rest of your life. So even though he worked there, I think he started to see things a little differently, which is great. If that can be inspired by me advertising quality, I'll do it every time. But yeah, they might want to ban me from their stores, because it's not the first time I walked in and had a long conversation about what the heck is on my feet, because I like to hang out in those, not hang out, but walk through. I do a quick walkthrough of all those stores to make sure I don't see anything crazy. And often I get stopped and asked to explain myself with respect to what's on my feet. So that's the little story behind this shoe. You have all types of leather. You have blue leather here. You have blue leather here. Completely different patchwork, layered leathers. Suede purple leather. You have a beautiful, and I love traveling to these types of destinations because I'm a professional snorkeler, if there is such a thing. I've been into a lot of different parts of the world just to snorkel and look at the fish under the water. So you have one of those scenes. This could have been shot in Madagascar or many other places. Just a beautiful summer festive beach scene with palm trees. Then you have this one, which is a beautiful flower, but it really matches well with the North American fall, these colors. So as everything is dying here, this is a great shoe to wear to motivate you, pick your spirits back up, because this is time to leave and find life, is usually my motto. And this is a beautiful scene, thriving, sunny life. So it really was served as a pick-me-up this fall. So you got beautiful, supple leather, padded leather, cushioned interior, very comforting. I wore this shoe without socks a lot because that leather is so premium inside. It's like a foot massage. All the way around padding. I've gone through this a million times. Something that you find in a Foot Locker would have a bunch of fabric sticking out here. This shoe does not do that. It stitches up to there, stops, and then the stitching goes internal and it's hidden. So there's the padding that is used here does not poke out at you as you see in a lot of shoes that cost a lot of money in your typical shopping mall. This I would call fit and finish. Hide the fabric that's being used on the inside. No reason to show that poking out. So you even have a suede, supple suede, whatever you call this mid thing in the middle of a tongue. I don't even know what that is. Lace holder, placement holder. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. And just more detailed in the stitching. This shoe is just made for people who appreciate stitching, because it's highlighted with the white stitches, so you definitely won't miss it. And that rubber is holding up very well. A full season on that rubber. There's a nice logo for the Bugatchi. Made in Italy. Just a really cool shoe. Thanks for watching. This is another episode of Watch and Shoes. I'm glad I didn't go longer than 10 minutes on this shoe because I easily could. The watch is Invicta Man of War. The shoe is Bugatchi. Hope you enjoyed.